Do you struggle with mom butt? These exercises are designed to properly engage and train your glutes to strengthen, tone, and shape your butt. It's just 10 minutes. All you'll need is 2 sliders or small towels, and a small step or bench is optional. This is workout number 3 of the 3-part series, so make sure you've done workouts 1 and 2 for at least 1 to 3 weeks each before moving on to this one. For best results, don't train glutes on consecutive days. Let's get started. Hey mamas, welcome to workout number 3 from my mom butt workout series. So this is the third and most advanced workout of the bunch. Make sure you've done 1 and 2 several times confidently and controlled before moving to this one. For today's workout, you'll need a medium, maybe heavy resistance band depending on your level of fitness, a step anywhere from 2 inches to 12, and then a set of moderate to heavy weights. I'm using 20 pounds, but again, you control your pace, your level of intensity by the weight you choose. Let's start with that band on the meaty part of those quads in 4s. So quadruped position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're gonna start with a hydrant. So body weight forward, abs tight, hips square to the floor. We're gonna lift that front knee up and down, connecting to that core on the way up. Pursed lip exhale. Inhale on the way down. Pursed lip exhale. Inhale on the way down. Keeping everything square to the floor, hands right under those shoulders. You can flex or point the foot here or do something ugly, which I usually do with I usually curl my toes. It looks really ugly, it's fine. And just make sure your hand or your gaze is between your hands rather. So you're not looking up, straining the neck, you're not tucking the chin, looking down. Moving slow and controlled through this one, just as many as you can do in the timed interval. And rest. We're gonna do that same thing other side. So if you need to shift back for a second. So use these first few exercises really to create mobility, connect to your deep core, back to that quadruped stance, back leg or opposite leg, whichever one you did first, do the other one. I always say exhale through pursed lips on that eccentric phase, the challenging part. It's gonna help you really connect to that deep core. And again, if you need more deep core work, check out my postpartum ab program, my Lose Your Mommy Pooch plan. Those are great for another addition to strengthening your glutes and your core post-baby. Few more here. Again, we're not trying to go as high as possible, so just take your time, go as high as you can without leaning to that opposite side. And rest. Okay, we're gonna stay in that quadruped position, come to a scorpion pulse. So you're gonna bend the back or the front leg, flex the foot right here, calf toward the hamstring. We're gonna push the heel up and down just a couple inches. Push it up, bring it down. I want you to stay with that knee about hip level and then push it up. Now you're gonna have a tendency to kick out. I want you to curl it in, think kick up, up. Really feel that tension between that calf and that hamstring. Keep it there. It's gonna be hard. You're probably gonna lose it a few times. And again, make sure you're keeping that core tight. You're not just collapsing. You're keeping a nice long gaze just past those fingertips. Keeping the hips square to the floor. That's another thing. We don't wanna open that hip. We wanna keep it square to the floor. Pushing evenly through the hands. You can also do it without the band here just fine. Whew. Good work, shift back. We're gonna do the same thing, other leg. Reconnect to that core, bending the leg, flexing the foot, drive it up. Really great for the low back too. A lot of people think low back pain is something you just need to like stretch out and rest, which can be true for acute pain to just rest, but for just chronic low back tension, pain, tightness, weakness is often the culprit. So we want to strengthen it with exercises that are really gentle like this. It's a great one. Any core exercise, deep core exercise or glute exercise is going to inadvertently train that low back to get stronger, more resilient, handle more load and demand, which a lot of times you're just thrust into postpartum. You have to handle a lot of demand to your spine. So you want to make sure it's strong and you have the mobility to handle those demands. Rest. Okay, we're gonna move to a step up. So lose that band, grab a set of moderate to heavy weights. We're gonna start one leg at a time. So I'm gonna start with my front leg. Step up, let that back leg come up. You can tap the toe or not. Keep that front leg on the bench, step up. So we're keeping that weight forward. I want you to think that opposite foot that's stepping on and off, barely use it, right? Barely use it. I want that control to come from the front leg. So watch me when I lower. Lower slow. Gently placing that opposite foot down. So that front glute now is having to control. My core is having to lift. And the weights are just a bonus. If it's throwing you off with the weights, if it's way too intense, just drop them. Again, we've shifted to single leg work now. So it's gonna be more challenging. Rest, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So one leg at a time, again, this leg that's on the step, it stays there. Heel is all the way on there. Push, light tap, control on the way down. Push. So you're gonna come up quicker on the push, and then this is the eccentric phase on the way down too. So there's two parts of that movement where we're trying to utilize that glute to stabilize. So we're not just letting it fall right here, right? That would be too easy. We're using it to control on the way up and right here on the way down. Whew. Use that core, keep the posture lifted. Keep looking at the clock thinking, surely it's almost over. It's getting close, we're almost there. Let's do one more. Nice work, you guys. Okay, keeping those weights. Now, move in front of your bench or off to the side. We're gonna do that single leg deadlift. So, lifting the front leg, shaving the back leg with those weights, coming down back parallel to floor, stand up, squeeze your butt, nice and controlled. Stay on that same side. Shave your legs really close with that weight, back parallel to floor. Stand up, squeeze the glute, light tap on that moving leg. Keeping the hips square, toes to the ground. Make sure you're trying to move everything as a unit. So you hinge, you reach, drive. Really controlled. If you're like me, you've got heavy weights here, so you want to move really controlled. Inhale right here on the descent. Pursed lip exhale on the way up. Squeeze that booty. Stand tall. One more. Oh! I about fell over on that one. That's okay. It happens. I try to show the real stuff and not just edit it to make it look like super professional. I'm a real person. I fall over too. Okay, other side. Here we go. The first are always going to be the worst. It's like the first pancake, you know, it always sucks. The first couple deadlifts are going to look real gnarly sometimes, and that's totally okay. Especially we all have a leg we favor, right? A side where our balance is just like, what in the world is this, my body? That might be this side for you. This is that side for me. So take your time. Don't even worry about getting the same amount of reps on the same side. You can always, if you are counting your reps, that's cool. Just take your time, do however many you need to do. Go longer than the interval, go shorter. It's your workout. Do what your body is capable of. All right, we're moving to the floor. Get your weights and your bench out of the way. We're gonna lay on the belly. We're gonna take the hands together, knees wide, heels together. Head rests on your hands, look down. You're gonna drive your heels up to the floor and then let them fall all the way back down, knees to the ground. So drive the heels up, knees down. So you're trying to lift those knees, trying to lift those quads all the way up. Now you can see I'm not totally resting my head on my hands. You don't have to, but I also have a mic on and I don't want to muffle the sound too much. So here, squeeze those glutes. Try not to use your upper body to push. That's not the goal. We want to keep, you can lift your chest, but we want to primarily focus on lifting those glutes. And if that is easy, then you can lift your chest like this for an extra added challenge. But focus first on that heel drive, that knee lift. It's just like that scorpion lift. It's the same thing, just both legs out. Easier said than done, right? All right, last exercise, same position with the hands in the head, feet about hip width apart, toes pointed. We're gonna lift those thighs, straight legs off the ground, flutter kicks. Just little kicks. You can go slow, you can go fast. But what I want you to try to do is keep your legs straight. Lift those thighs off the ground. Can you get them all the way up? Hip flexors off the ground. Can you get them up? Can you lift your chest? Great. If not, lay back down. Focus on just those legs first. Whew. It's our last exercise of the workout, last one of this series. It's gonna be intense. Stay in with me if you want. Lift up for the last 15 seconds. Legs straight, come on. Breathe through it. Can you speed up those kicks? 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1, done. Whew. All right, that's it. Man, that was a long 10 minutes. It's amazing what you can get accomplished in a short amount of time. And again, you don't need a long workout for it to be effective. It's all about progressive overloading and doing what challenges you. So like I said in the beginning, make sure you do all of these workouts several times. And if you find you get to a point where they're not challenging, that's when you increase your load, right? You can go heavier on the resistance band. You can go heavier on the dumbbells. You can go higher on the step. Lots of things you can do to tweak this workout so you can continue to progress in building your glutes, strengthening your core. Not just about the looks, but of course we know that's part of it for a lot of us, but about functionality, being strong for your kids, being able to handle the demands of postpartum life. So hope you enjoyed this series. Again, let me know what you think in the comments if you've got questions, what you want to see next, and be sure to check out my postpartum playlist. I've got lots more workouts on there and lots more coming. So I'll see you back here for our next workout together.